What's going on, everybody? Eric Bourassa here, and today I want to teach you another 1997 classic, Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. I love this song. Anytime I'm listening to the 90s or the classic radio station, classic, how old am I? I hear this song and I crank it up every single time, and it just takes me to a special place, and I just kind of get lost in the song. Well, the best news is for you, the song is really easy to play. If you can play an E and you can play an A, by golly, you're about 80% of the way there. But it's not so boring that it's just an E and an A chord. We get to add a little spice to it. So let's dive right in. So we're going to start with an E chord. That's our first shape. And then we are going to add our pinky to the second fret, of the third string. So you've got your E chord, you add the pinky, now you have an E sus4. I don't know if we should get into the theory of that today or not, but just know that that's an E sus4. And you might notice it looks kind of like an A chord shape, just basically a string down. And by down, I mean that way. This is down in pitch. That's up in pitch. This is down in pitch. Please do not call this going down any longer. So we got E to E sus4. Next, you can make an A, but that's going to be our final chord. We're actually going to add the pinky to the third fret of the second string, and that's an A sus4. And then we'll take off the pinky for A. And there's our A chord. And you can kind of hear the melody of the song just in that. I kind of messed that up. Let's see. E sus4, and A sus4, A. Now for me, it's actually easier to do an A chord like this with my index finger barred slightly backwards, like a banana. You gotta bend it like a banana. And so then you have open fifth string, and then 2, 2, 2. And then because of this backwards banana, you're actually blocking the first string. Don't do this. Ooh, sounds poo-poo. That is what you want, okay? And then you can just add the third finger on the third fret of the second string. So what's tricky about this is you have to bend your index finger backwards, but you have to have your ring finger curled the correct way. That takes a little bit of practice. So if you are more comfortable with it, you can do an A 1, 2, 3 with those fingers, and then add your pinky. Okay, so I'll play it both ways. So here's here's a more traditional way. Those are my air quotes when I'm holding a pick. I can't even play it like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, now here's the way I like to play it. Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing is we're just gonna do all down strums with your strumming hand, okay? So we have 3 hits of the E and then 5 hits of the E sus4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a total of 8. And then we're going to do the exact same thing with the A sus4 to A, also known as A sus. We can call E sus4 E sus and A sus4 A sus. We're going to go on the A sus4, 1, 2, 3, and then 5 of the A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you can leave it at that. The last little thing I like to do anytime I'm changing between chords, especially when the strum pattern is very simple and straight ahead like this, just like straight eighth notes, I like to add a little down up in between the chords. So watch this. Right, you saw that little down up at the end. It just kind of adds a little percussive motion. And on that last up that I'm doing, that's where I'm lifting my fretting hand, that's kind of a secret people don't really tell you, is when guitar players are switching between chords, they're usually off the fretboard entirely on that last up strum. So you get a strum of all open strings, and people don't even notice it because it happens so quickly, and your ear, the listener's ear, is still perceiving the harmony that was played for the bulk of the measure. Listen real closely. Right, but up to speed. And there you have it. That's Bittersweet Symphony. Bonus round. Let's do the little melody which is what got the Verve sued by the Rolling Stones. Oh my goodness. So talk about bittersweet. I don't know if you know this, but back in the late 90s, the Verve, they had an agreement with the Rolling Stones for sampling an orchestral arrangement of one of their songs. They were giving like half of all the royalties to the Stones for this, but then the Rolling Stones and the guy who did the orchestral arrangement sued the Verve and got all the royalties because they claimed that how much the Verve sampled from the original Rolling Stones recording was more than what they had agreed upon. And so for like 20 years, the Verve saw no money. And so as the lyric says in the song, you're a slave to money and then you die. But back in 2019, I guess, I didn't even know this had happened until today, that I guess the Rolling Stones reverted the rights to the song back to the Verve. And so now the Verve, Richard Ashcroft, gets to enjoy actually making money off of this song again after like 2 decades of not making any money off of it. So anyway, this is the melody for which they were sued. So check it out. With the second string, we're gonna go 9, 12, 9, 12, 9, and then 10. So 9, 12, 9, 10. And then we're gonna go to the third string, 11, and then back to 10 on the second string. And then we're gonna go 10 on the first string, 10 on the second string, back to 10 on the first string, and then 9 on the first string, 10 on the second string, 9 on the first string. And you don't want to play all of those notes legato. Oh my gosh. You want to have some staccato notes where you kill the note, and so it's very short. Right? Those notes in particular are there. And so you can play that over top the chords if you want, and even loop it. If you are like a solo performer, looper, you could loop the chords. And then go into that. Or actually better might be to loop that, and then you strum while you're singing. That would be really cool. There's a couple of other layers to the orchestral part, but that's like the basic main melody. All right, cool. Hey, you guys, if you dug this video, be sure and like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this song, of this. Was it easy to play? And I will see you guys in the next times.